this plea. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Continuing then, this is case number 640-324. Ms. Wade, I'm going to show you some papers. I think you heard me speak to Mr. Ramirez about his rights and the different papers, but I'm going to remind you, these papers will have identifying information at the top. You'll have your case number, which I just read. State of Texas versus Kayla Wade Jackson. Then it says in County Court of Law number 5, Bexar County, Texas. That's the identifying information that will be repeated on almost every document. Then the title of the document will be in all capitals, bold print. This one is state's consent to video conference. In our discussions, I mentioned that you and the state have the right to demand a public courtroom hearing. This is signed by Mr. Andrew Harris Edelman, wherein he indicates that on behalf of the state of Texas that he is in agreement to do this by video conference. All these papers will be part of the official record. Did you review all of these papers that are going to be shown? Did you review them with your attorney?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right. Now, if you have any questions as we go along, I want you to please let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. The next paper is called Discovery. It starts off with the same identifying information, and it's particularly called Discovery Acknowledgement. The very first line talks about a law, Article 39.14 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Just to let you know, there is a specific law that the state of Texas requires in any kind of criminal proceeding that the state provide access and acknowledgement to you of all the bits of paper, files, videos, whatever is involved in your case, so that you and your attorney can make a fully informed and intelligent decision. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
It is signed by your attorney, Karen Corby, and the state's attorney. They are declaring to the public, hey, this law has been obeyed, okay? Now, the next document is yours. This is where you say to the world, I agree to do this by video conference. And I remind you, it's being streamed on YouTube. Anyone can just tune in and watch this whole thing. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
You did sign this one, right?
Yes,
Defendant's
sir.
consent to video conference. All right. The next document, this one has the identifying information, but this one's titled Defendant Waiver of Constitutional Rights in Court's Admonitions. It starts off with 3 sentences, and then it's divided into 15 numbered divisions or parts. The second sentence right here says that you know and understand that you were charged with driving while intoxicated with an open container. That was the original charge. Then the third sentence, what does it say? Tell me what it says.
The third sentence says,
It starts in this cause.
yes, sorry, I'm like blind. In this cause, I hereby enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. That's not all. You got to read the whole thing.
Oh, to the following allegations of driving while intoxicated.
Okay, you notice it doesn't say anything about open container anymore, right?
Yes, sir.
The open container is what's called an enhancement. It makes it a higher degree of charge. Then the rest of it is divided into 15 portions or divisions. Each one is numbered. The very first one talks about the range of punishment, what you can be punished, how much punishment you can get. And it's got a vertical stack of little boxes, and next to each one, a different kind of punishment. The very first one is checked off. What does that say, man?
It says 0 to 2,000 fine and 72 hours to 180 days in jail.
Right. Okay, so you understood what punishment can be, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. The rest of these are very important. Ms. Corby, did you and your client carefully review this entire document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you convinced that she understood what it says?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Wade, do you have any questions about any of this?
No, sir. Well, I shouldn't say no just yet. Other than afterwards, will I personally be directed to somebody helping me with the next steps, or is that something that I'll be emailed?
I'm not quite sure that I understand your question.
Okay, I'm sorry. With the
She'll be meeting with
I'll
the
just wait.
probation officer afterwards on Zoom, I believe. That's what you're
Okay,
talking about, right?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
The probation, yes. You will have people that will guide you. They will read you all the conditions and you will sign them and they'll put a copy in your hands, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you're not going to be out in the fog or totally confused about what's going on. You will know exactly what's going on.
I
This
appreciate
document,
it. Thank you.
this document that we were just talking about, you signed it and so did your attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll make it part of the record. This document now, with again, the same identifying information, this one is a declaration that I make, a certification. The fifth little, because there's again, a vertical stack of little boxes next to each one, there is a declaration concerning the right of appeal. The fifth one that is right there in front of you at the top, I certify that this is a plea bargain case and the defendant has no right of appeal. You know you don't have a right of appeal. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you signed this document.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next document is application for deferred adjudication. This is critically important. Your attorney has gotten you this deal wherein you're going to enter a plea of nolo contendere, but a plea of nolo contendere in this court is considered a guilty plea. And I could convict you on this plea by itself. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The agreement is for deferred adjudication. Deferred adjudication is a written, legal, binding agreement between you and this court. You agree to live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision.
Absolutely, yes.
As long as you do that, then the case will be closed and you're not convicted of it. You don't have a conviction on your record. If you mess up, you fail to live up to the conditions or you refuse to live up to the conditions, then in that case, the state will ask me to give you notice, bring you in for a hearing, at which the result can be that you get a final conviction that follows you the rest of your life. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
If you wind up getting convicted, then guess what? You're looking at the full range of punishment, all of it. $0 to $2,000 fine and jail from 72 hours to 180 days. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, don't forget, the conditions will be read to you. You will sign them, and you'll walk away with a copy in your hands, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, now this one's personal data sheet. It does not have the identifying information because the fact is this is completely identifying you. You are unemployed at this time. When's the last time you worked?
So I was part of the furloughed group when the pandemic hit last year, and I'm also a mom to an 11-year-old daughter. So I took on full board homeschooling her. My health kind of was being a little weird there for a bit too. But now that school's literally just wrapped up, I plan on getting back into work immediately.
What do you expect to be earning?
Honestly, I have no idea at the moment, but I was previously in restaurant management, but I won't be jumping back into that just because I can't dedicate those full hours right now.
Okay.
But I definitely more than minimum wage for sure. I would probably say around $15 an hour.
Okay, that's 600 a week.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Are you married or widowed,
I'm
divorced, single?
separated. Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you have, well, you talked about your child. Is it one child only?
Yes, sir. Just one child.
Okay, right there. Scroll back up, Patty. Scroll back up.
Sorry.
Right. No. On the, you provided references there?
Yes, sir.
Is Felicia Jackson Valdez, D-A-Z or D-E-Z?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed an A in between. It's Valadez, and there should be one more A in between the
Okay.
L and the D.
So it's
sorry.
V-A-L-A-D-E, like Edward Z?
Valadez. Yes.
Okay.
I was typing too fast with my big old thumb. Sorry.
Not to worry. Then Guerrero, is it Justin?
Yes, and it just felt weird.
Just like that?
Yep. With an
Okay.
apostrophe in between the J and the S, but it never registers in anything. So
Yeah, okay. And all right, so you're separated. Are you getting child support for the one child?
yes, sir. And it's $400 a month.
Okay, very good. All right. Now, the next document we'll be looking at is the application for deferred adjudication. It's got to be reloaded in a moment
That's
on the
okay.
computer.
My life always has issues. Oh, so you're good.
All right. This is what's called a plea agreement. It says the state of Texas versus Kayla Jackson Wade, case number 640-324. This is the deal that you have made. The first two boxes will be checked off in the official document. You are a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, there's this followed by called defendant's acknowledgements. There's 5 vertical boxes. Each one talks about your rights and protections and that you acknowledge that you are fully informed of them. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Corby, you agree that you have reviewed these and she understood what that section says?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, this next section, the state has a motion for the record.
State moves to waive and abandon the open container enhancement and proceed as an unenhanced DWI.
Defense,
No objections, Your Honor.
there being no objection, the court will grant that motion. Officially, Ms. Wade, you are charged only with DWI where the state has dropped, the court has approved the dropping of the enhancement of an open container. To the charge of DWI first, how do you plead, ma'am?
No contest.
A no contest plea, I remind you, is considered a guilty plea by this court. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And it is possible for me to convict you strictly on that plea. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Because the state has made an agreement with you, I will honor that agreement. I do not find you guilty at this time. I am granting you deferred adjudication for 12 months. You'll have a fine of $400. The $400 will be probated. That is, if you live up to 100% of the conditions, then you will not have to pay the $400 fine. You'll also perform 48 hours of community service restitution. You are ordered to appear in the offices of County Court of Law number 5 to have your thumbprint placed on the documents that are required by law. You will participate in the DWI education program, the DWI victim impact panel, the TAP evaluation, and you will follow recommendations. You will have 6 months of ignition interlock monitor placed on your vehicle. During the entirety of the deferred adjudication, you're not to have any alcohol. And during the 6 months that you have the monitor on, you're not to drive any other vehicle other than your own that has the monitor on it. I assess a supervisory fee at $29 a month.
Okay.
Ms. Wade, do you have any questions?
No, sir. And I appreciate you and your time.
You're more than welcome, ma'am. You take care now. Let me share this with you. The worst thing that could happen to you in your entire life is for you to be drinking and driving, have an accident, and kill your child. That is the worst thing that could happen. And it happens, Ms. Wade, it happens. Because if we hear statistics, especially like judges, by the time you get caught DWI, you've probably done it 8 to 10 times before, but didn't get caught. Now, nonetheless, if this was the only time you ever do it, remember that this is a very serious situation because you can kill your own family or other innocent people, children, old rascals like me, whatever. Keep that in mind, ma'am. Don't be drinking and driving.
Absolutely. I've spent a year beating myself up very badly about that. So I promise you
All
that
right.
I only continue to move forward.
Very good. And I wish you good luck. You and your family be blessed, be well, and be safe. Ms. Corby, thank you for helping your client.
Judge,
Ms. Corby, do you have any
yes.
questions?
Yeah, a couple of things. I don't remember hearing you say you were probating a $400 fine.
I
think
did.
that was, oh, you did? Okay. And also, I believe that Miss Kayla Wade lives in Bedford, Texas. Is that correct, Kayla?
Yeah, but I'm going to be coming. I'm going to be transitioning back to San Antonio, so
Okay.
nothing will be an issue.
Okay. I was
All
going to
right.
ask to transfer it, but I guess that's not an
Right.
issue.
If you have
That's
any
Yeah, no, I'll be.
if you have any difficulties on that, let Ms. Corby know, and I'm sure she'll take the appropriate steps.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you
Ron.
all so much.
Mr. Edelman, any questions?
I was going to ask the court if it would allow Ms. Wade to report to supervision office via Zoom, and that might eliminate the entire living in Bedford or living in Bexar County problem.
All right. Report by Zoom.
Thank you, Andrew.
You're welcome. All right.
And Judge. Thank you,
The
Judge.
report by Zoom is approved. All right,
And Your
then
Honor-
this, Ms.